Bitcoin once again inching its way ever so close to the top side of the range. And in today's video, we'll be going over the possibility, the probability of a major moon in the next 5 to perhaps even 10 days as well. That is going to be the big focus of today. Of course, as we do get into things, I do want to remind myself to really be focusing on the greater picture on this video. So I do want to say, to preference this whole content, while we will be talking about, perhaps some big things, let's say, ultimately, in the short term, Bitcoin can very easily pull back here. In fact, probably does. Anyways, other than that, I should also let you know, it's time to get into it. In fact, what is this? What are we looking at? What is the big thing of the day? Well, as I've asked Grok, my favorite thing to talk with of all time, is there some sort of a full moon in October of 2024? And indeed there is. The full moon in October 2024 is known as a hunter's moon. What the fuck is that? Who cares? Will occur on October 17th. That is literally today. This full moon is also a supermoon. Interesting name, making it appear larger and brighter than usual due to its closer proximity to Earth. It will be the closest and thus the biggest and brightest supermoon of 2024. Very good timing. Reaching peak illumination at 7:26 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Very interesting timing right there, actually, as well. 2 hours or almost 2 hours before US Open. Very interesting. We'll see what actually happens with that. But before we get into that, I wanted to ask Grok as well. Pretend you are a lobotomized 22-year-old female identifying astrologer giving a horoscope for the crypto markets for this supermoon. What would you say as a prophecy? And it gives the best answer possible. Giggles. Oh my stars. Like, listen up, crypto cuties. With this super duper moon in Aries on October 17th, 2024, the vibes are just like super intense, And it goes on to give a horoscope for just about each and every thing, sign, whatever. I'm a Virgo, at least. At least I know that. Detail-oriented Virgo. This is your time to analyze, get it, haha, those crypto charts. Your meticulous nature could spot the next big thing or save you from a dip. Very nice. Thank you for that, you lobotomized fuck. Anyways, over here on our moon chart, and this is always everyone's favorite chart to get extremely mad about because everyone's very, very mad about statistics. Not everyone, obviously, but, just a few people. We do see that, yes, indeed, there is a new moon or a full moon in this case. These moons or this type of moon has typically produced upside price action. As always, I don't really care about astrology, but I do care about statistics. And in this case, we do have not the full history of Bitcoin here. Let's go through the full history of Bitcoin. I'm actually curious to see what exactly the full history would be using our nice little tool here. But even just looking at the current period, we can see that it does have a greater than 50% strike rate. In fact, the full history is actually quite consistent. No, it is a full history. Okay, nice. Anyways, 79 total times we have seen this happen. By the way, I'm only testing very certain full moons, not all of them, which is why there is kind of a limited number here. About 58.25% of them have closed profitably. And most importantly, if we go into the performance number, we can see that the average winning trade has returned over 14.5%, and the average losing trade has lost just under 7%. So whenever we have stats like that, I will roll that fucking dice every goddamn time that I get. And so again, I'm not saying that Bitcoin can't pull back here. In the short term, very easily could, probably even does. But this would give a higher probability of continuation to the upside within this next 2-week period, because this essentially just opens literally on the moon and then closes on the next moon. Hey, and there's my damn bot in the background. That's right. Do your work. Do your work. Actually, you guys can't hear that because my desktop audio is off right there. Nice one. Anyways, yes. So where was I going on with that? All right. So again, higher probability of an upside move than a downside move. If it is an upside move, an average return of 14.5% would put Bitcoin where? On new all-time highs, actually, $77,500. Very interesting. Now, if it does choose the downside route, how potentially low could we be looking at? Or, on average, what would we be looking at? Somewhere around about 6.5%, which would put Bitcoin back down around $63,000. Very interesting number right there as well, because below about 63 or 62.5, I would say, is where I'd say, hey, this is not good. Not good, sir. Not good indeed. Anyways, moving on from there. And into another signal that we were looking at over the past week, we did see the capitulation signal on the hash ribbons indicator, which is an indicator that we have referenced many times on this channel. But as of yesterday, a blue buy signal did 1 print and then 2 confirmed upon the daily closure, thus, satisfying that. So, how much do I trust this after the last failure right here? Well, still does have a pretty high probability overall predicting major lows. In this case, we would be looking at the last major low at $60,000 as a major pivot if this one still holds true, meaning that, look, I would be expecting Bitcoin to not go below 60,000 bucks from this moment. But 60,000 bucks is a pretty big delta between where Bitcoin is right now at 67 and 335. So, could theoretically come down, I guess, somewhat significantly. Anyways, moving on from there and going into the next chart, we do see that the new 5-day time frame has indeed opened, and with the new 5-day time frame, we see a new 5-day stochastic momentum pivot right here. This one has now moved up significantly, I should add, to 64,250. In fact, I will adjust my prior major concerning area from about 62,500 bucks to this number right here, 64,250. If you do see Bitcoin, especially close to 5-day time frame below there, not a good sign. But for right now, this would be suggesting that, hey, if Bitcoin is going to indeed continue, not only do we have October statistics, not only do we have moon statistics, but we also have this over here suggesting that, we'd really be expecting continuation in the next 5-day period, which, by the way, literally the next 5-day period brings us into the 3rd week of October, which, as we have gone over in prior videos, is where the high of October is typically on average. Can happen a little bit later than that as well, of course, but I would even say the next 5 to 10 day period. So this is, again, as we have been saying, or as I've been saying, if Bitcoin is indeed bullish, this is the move. If Bitcoin if this is not the move, then Bitcoin is actually not bullish, and this is all just one massive distribution. But we would be expecting Bitcoin to break out from this base. That's essentially what I'm saying right here, or at least that would be my interpretation. That's my view, and there is some subjectivity to that. I'm basing that off of, again, October statistics that we've gone over. I didn't go over in this video, but done it too many damn times. And then 2, those moon statistics, and then also what we looked at as well, right here as well. So. What else do I want to say before we wrap this one up? In fact, I think that's back on over here, 5-day time frame, 5-day HPDR showing the top side of the range, basically at 70,000 bucks, pretty much almost exactly in alignment with that last high, or the last higher term time frame high, which was from late July right here. Assuming, I do think that Bitcoin will at least test this region. Of course, we want to see it close above. That would be the breakout, essentially. Now, personally, I think it's more of a formality than not. I do think that with the way that things have kind of shaped up in this last 15-day spread, we have a low, we have a high, we have a higher low, we have obviously a higher high closing above this prior one. So again, reversal technically should be real, but if you want to be super by the book, if you want to be super high time frame, you're looking at 70,000 bucks right here. And at that point, Bitcoin can, maybe 77,500 bucks. And again, the median actually coming in all the way at 61,250. So quite far away from current price action. And as far as short-term pullbacks go, somewhere in this region right here would be completely fine and completely reasonable if assuming that we do get something of that sort. Not saying it has to come down there, but that would be kind of like not bad. Kind of like not bad. Sounds like our female astrologer from earlier. Anyways, I'll end things on that note. Just nice and short and sweet video. What else do I want to say? I don't want to say anything else. It's been a fun time this last couple months here as we go through these statistics each and every day, and just kind of continue to march along and update with each and every passing closure. So, really for the people who have been watching this channel and watching the content and actually paying attention, I just want this to be yet another good example of things happen slowly, but as you take things one step at a time, the picture does become a little bit more clear over time as well. So there we go. So I'll leave it on that note. As always, I want to wish you the best. Take care, much love, and see you hopefully tomorrow.